So talking about Young Democrats in Arizona, we're joined by three members from an umbrella organization with 6 chapters across the state. And first up is Calli Jones, the president of the North Arizona Young Dems. So I want to give her a warm welcome. So Calli's joining us here from backstage. Welcome.
Hey,
Happy to
Callie.
have you here today.
Great to have
Hi.
you.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Callie, thank you so much for joining us. And like Rudy was saying, you're the president of the Northern Arizona University Young Dems and part of the Young Democrats of Arizona, which covers 6 Young Dem clubs throughout the state. And we'll be talking to a couple other Young Dems from your group later on, so getting a bunch of different perspectives. But we wanted to ask you a couple questions. And the first one is, for anyone tuning in from Arizona, what is the best way for them to vote safely and conveniently in Arizona? There's a pandemic going on, natural disasters seem to be coming right and left. We really want to make sure people get their vote in while keeping themselves safe. What's the best way for them to do that? And are there key deadlines that people need to know about?
Yes, so voting in Arizona is relatively accessible if you do meet the date to sign up for PEVL. So PEVL is the permanent early voting list, and so that means you can vote by mail. And the deadline for that is October 5th. Actually, the registration deadline to vote in Arizona is October 5th. But the good thing is that if you register to vote online right now, you can go through servicearizona.com. You can sign up for PEVL. And if you don't feel safe mailing in your ballot, you can drop off your mail-in ballot in person at any voting location.
It's great. Yeah, especially because, there's some concerns around the postal service these days. So great to have that option.
Yeah, and if you do end up voting in person, you will need to bring government ID with you to your voting location. So just make sure that you have everything that you need for that.
Thank you so much. So as an organizer myself, so I work for the California Coordinated Campaign. I'm working with volunteers all the time. So I'm curious, what kind of work the Young Democrats of Arizona are doing to help get out the vote.
Yeah, no, definitely. So right now, a good majority of Young Dems were actually working with Mission for Arizona. So that's the coordinated campaign here in Arizona. And they're working for Mark Kelly, like you all talked about, and Joe Biden. They're partnering with him. And so a good majority of our people are working with them. And then also our clubs do all of their own outreach, usually with phone banks through Mission for Arizona is the easiest. But we also have a big portion of our group up in NAU, so in Coconino County, that are working with down ballot candidates, focusing on their races in LD6, which is Felicia French and Coral Evans. So NAU is really taking the lead on that. But right now, a good majority of what we're focusing on is voter protection come day of election. We will be rolling out a mutual aid program that focuses on keeping students in line day of the poll, like day of at the polls, because we just figure that there'll be people there trying to discourage students from staying in line and voting. So our whole goal is to put Young Dems at the 3 state universities and then in 4 extra locations throughout the state to make sure that students get out and vote.
That's awesome. That is really cool because it's like you're coming at it from both sides. You want to encourage people to get on the PEVL and vote early if they can and safely by mail. But if not everyone's going to end up there, and so for all those people who might have to stand in line a long time, it sounds like you're getting them like food, water, and rides.
Yes, yeah. So we will be providing pizza and water for people that are there all day. And then on top of that, we're planning on rolling out a rideshare program. So, and this is all nonpartisan. We just want to make sure students get the right to vote. So anyone from ages 18 to 35, they can contact us. And then that day we will send them an Uber credit to make sure that they can get a ride to their polls. So yeah, we want to make sure everyone that voting is accessible to everyone, because we know that polls are closing all over the country. And so we know that people don't always have cars, and it's wrong for us to assume that everyone can get out to vote. So we need to make sure that we're doing all that we can to get them there.
And so it sounds like that, takes resources to buy the pizza, buy the Uber credits. So are there any fundraiser events for this that you'd like to plug?
Yes, so we actually have one tonight, but this fundraiser will be open until day of election. We will be taking donations the whole time, but we have an event tonight, and the vice chair of the Democratic Party, Brianna Westbrook, will be there, and then the Democratic candidate for the Pima County Recorder, Gabriella Kelly, she will also be there, and so we have an ActBlue link also for people who feel like led to donate. If you just go to actblue.com /donate/mutual.
We'll plug those in the chat of our Facebook Live if folks want to get involved.
Awesome.
But thank you so much, Calli. Really appreciate it. Later on about some specific down ballot candidates in Northern Arizona and elsewhere. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us.